Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live stream. I'm Philip Homiser, and it's been a long time since I've been on. I'm in here editing photos, and Natasha was actually the one who told me I should probably go live. I haven't been on in a while, and so here I am. I'm gonna go live and edit some photos. I can't see if there's anybody on, so you'll have to let me know. And since it's been so long since I've been on, it's trying to remember how to use all the software and everything. So hopefully I've got everything set up properly here. So if anybody's watching, just let me know so I can see. Oh, let's see here. I'm hoping it'll let me know. It says the chat is ready to display messages, so should be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and just start editing some photos, and you guys can ask questions along the way. All right, so this is actually, I am trying something a little different here. Typically, I'm done with my sessions by this time of year, but I am still shooting, and I am still booked up all the way into December. So I'm getting these Christmas sessions, so I'm gonna make these Christmassy. Hi, Ruth. Awesome. So it's working. Fantastic. All right, so I've already edited this one once. I'm trying to get the look I'm looking for here. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and bring this into Photoshop. So I want to have a nice wintry look. I thought this would be a good one to start out with. I've actually been editing these for a while now, but this one, I wanted her to be like she's got a handful of snow and she's blowing it into the camera. So let's go ahead and get started on this. I have created an action to give this nice wintry atmosphere in here. And I can't really explain. There's a lot in here. I used a channel mixer. I used a curve adjustment layer to get this nice kind of cold tones, and add some contrast to it. And add a little bit more here, possibly. I just want to create an action so I didn't have to do all this every time. But there's a few little extra things. I probably won't do it on this one, but I'll try. See if I might make it a little bit wider around the back, but I actually already like the way it is. So I've been using the color range to select certain colors. Okay, it's not going to work in this one. I don't really need it to. This one's already looking pretty good. What I do need is some snow. So I'm going to go over to my snow overlays that I already have pulled up here. And I'm just going to grab one of these ones. Just grab kind of like this one here. These might not work with this being a close portrait, but we'll just slap one in here and see how it looks. Wow, if I can get this thing to snap. I finally upgraded or updated my Photoshop and Lightroom, and I almost immediately regretted it. The very first thing I noticed was they changed some of the hotkeys, which has really confused me. Yeah. So I'm having to relearn some of the hotkeys. I don't want to change them because I want to keep up with what everybody else is doing. But primarily, yeah, one of those things was like when I'm doing the transform thing here. It's like backwards to what it was before. Now it's the other way around. So anyway, that snow worked pretty good. Now I'm going to add some snow like she's blowing it. And I'm going to go back here and use my heavy snow here. I'm going to start out with something that she's blowing. Let's just use this one here. This was a lot of fun doing this. So I'm just going to go ahead and change the blending mode to screen. And I'm going to size this down maybe a little bit. Actually, no, I'm going to leave it where it was. Oh yeah, my Another thing that changed is my backspace. Used to, I could press Option Alt Z to back up in my history, but that doesn't work anymore. Now it's just Option Z, Option or Command Z, I guess, if you're on a Mac or PC. So I am just going to use this and paint it in right here where she's blowing. I might tone that other snow down. I want it to really... Actually, I'm just going to add a bunch of these on here, I think. I'm going to make sure I don't get any on this side of her hands just yet, because if it gets this far, it's going to be blurred out. I want this to be closer to her face. So yeah, I'm going to add some more of that. Ruth, can you hear me okay? I think my audio is working. I would hate to be on here this whole time and realize I have no audio. Always need you guys to let me know if things are working properly. We did manage to speed up our internet a little bit. It worked like the first hour, and then it started going back to the way it was. It's typical. And grab this one too. Great. Fantastic. By the way, I still have my Cyber Monday promotion going on. It's 80% off everything on the website. And a lot of people have been taking advantage of that. I'm glad to see that because I've been getting a lot of positive feedback. I wanted to just make this available to as many people as I could. And I've extended it to as long as I could. It's going to end tonight, probably at midnight or first thing in the morning, because I may forget to turn it off. I don't know. But if you guys are like, for instance, the snow overlay is a good one to grab right now because it's wintertime. Maybe using it a lot. All right, so I've got her blowing snow that's next to her face. And I need some that's farther or closer to the camera. So I'm going to grab this one here. So blending mode of screen. And just paint that back in. I'm going to paint it all around this time. But this one, I'm going to blur out. Wait, gotta make sure I have my layer selected. Also, when or if my sessions ever do slow down, which they will, probably after Christmas, I will start doing a lot more watch me edit videos and adding them to the website. So I'm excited to do that. I've got so many I've been wanting to add. I just haven't had the time to get to them between work and sessions and everything else. So watch out for those. I'm going to go ahead and grab another one of these and just resize it, maybe even flip it around so it doesn't match up with one of the other ones. I'll just paint that back in as well. Do a little bit of Gaussian blur on that one too, but maybe not quite as much. All right. Now I want to maybe get some of those away from her eyes. I want to make sure to see her eyes because she's got beautiful green, blue. They're probably blue. Hold on, I'll go back to the original. Yeah, bluish green. I want those. I'm gonna pull those out here in a little bit. I'm gonna work on her eyes. I just want to make sure they're not covered up with too much snow. There's that one snowflake. I'm gonna find it. Oh, that's why it's in this one. Okay. This one snowflake is a little annoying. I'm gonna get rid of it. Alright. So I can close that. So all my snow, my entire snow is in one folder here. All the snow and the color is right there. So I really like how that turned out. Although this, there's a little bit of clump right here that's kind of bothering me. Whoops. I believe that was early on. Probably the second one. Right there. There we go. Hey, Cole. Yeah, her eyes are amazing. I'm gonna pull out some of the detail here. I did this earlier and it looked amazing, so I'm gonna do it again here. Well, let's see. I have an action for this that I created. I think I did it. Okay, I pulled up there. All right. Bring those down just a little bit. I don't want to overdo it. That looks great. And also, I'm going to try to cut down on these shadows under her eyes. I don't want to remove them completely because I still want to see the detail in the skin. So I'm just going to drop the opacity on those. There we go. So it's still, so the detail is still there, but the shadows aren't as prominent. There we go. I love this red bow in here. It's really worked out with the colors. Kelly did a great job matching these colors. I'm going to do a little bit of sharpening here. Just going to sharpen this bow and her hair. And just some of the areas that are in focus, maybe down here on her shirt. So if I zoom in here and turn that on and off, you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Although the Facebook compression probably can't tell very well. And I have two versions of this one, so I'm going to save this one manually. I'm not going to use my action. I want to give you guys the option to choose. This is the first time I've done these winter photos like this. So the first time when I first started doing the edits, other than the one I did of my own family, wasn't quite sure if that's how I wanted to do them yet or not. And I remember you saying you didn't want them exactly the same, and so I wanted to mess around with them a little bit and get kind of a better edit. I wasn't too happy with how those were turning out. It was kind of a pain how I was doing it before, and I wasn't super excited about the results. So I wanted to try something a little bit different, and I like this one a lot better. I hope you guys do too. But I gave you the I'm keeping both versions in the file for you, so you can choose between the both of them. You do, Cole? You like the first edit or the second edit? Yeah, I'm just going to compare the two real quick. The first one, the way I was doing it before, just made everybody look like they were pasted in. Whoops. Let me try that again. My computer's being kind of glitchy. Okay, so here's the first one, and here's this one. Yeah, I hear that. That's why I didn't want to just overwrite them, because I was thinking the same thing. There was things I liked about both of them. Uh, so the first ones I liked. Hold on, let me pull up some of the others, because like I kind of like the. Oh, let's see if I can find the same ones here. Pull these two together. Okay, so this is the first one here. It's almost black and white, the snow and the trees. I kind of like that. I kind of like that, but I didn't like the way y'all look like almost like you're pasted in, because I had to basically paint around you guys to make this work. And then this one, it blended way more. I really liked the way it blended, and it had more color in it. So yeah, I have to agree with you there. This one probably would work a lot better for a Christmas card, but you might not want to hang it on the wall. Well, you know what, Cole? I'll give them both to you. You can do whatever you want to with them. This is the first time I've come up against this. This is the first time doing winter photos like this. I've done some with the kids before, last winter and winter before that. But just a few, just kind of playing around. I didn't do enough of them to kind of have a process. But now I've already got like 4 or 5 sessions scheduled to do like this. So I had to get a process down, decide kind of how I wanted to do this. I might tweak it a little bit more after y'all's session, but I'm pretty happy with. I really like the way this profile is coming out. I like hers. This turned out really great. Okay, let's see. And I was actually excited to see how this one turns out, because they kind of disappeared in this one. So we'll see if this one turns out better or different. It'll probably just be different. It's not that it's really better, it's just different. It's a different edit. You can edit the same photo 1,000 different ways and they'll all be good. They're just different. One thing I did like that I did in the other one was I painted these trees out because they're kind of distracting, these dead trees in the back. I wanted to have, since it's snowing, kind of a grayish background as if it just kind of blends off into the background. So I'll probably do that again with this one. So let's see. With this, I can now kind of dampen that down a little bit if that's too much. I really actually really like how that one turns out. I'm just gonna darken their skin tones a little bit. I think it's blowing them out a little bit. Cool. Those actually turned out pretty cool. It's interesting how things look different inside the camera. Because every time I drove by those trees, I'm like, oh, I gotta take a picture there. So I was excited to finally get to do it. But when I was taking your guys' photos there, and I was looking through the camera, it looked completely different. I was afraid that it was going to be a little too brushy, and all those branches sticking out were going to be kind of distracting. And that's kind of how it looked through the camera. But when I pulled it up on the computer, it was a little bit different. It was kind of in between. It wasn't as cool as I was hoping, but it wasn't as bad either. So I'm hoping once I pull it up here and start editing them, they'll turn out being really awesome. I think they'd be pretty cool. I think if they let us clean things up in there a little bit, maybe that would be a pretty awesome spot. But if I make it snow in there, it'll cover up the distraction of all the twigs and branches. I think it'll be pretty neat. Whoops. Let's see here. Okay, I gotta get back to my quick snow overlays. Probably use this one. This one works out pretty good for these. In fact, I can pull it up here in a minute. Let you guys see those. It's just, it'll be straight out of the camera, so let's go check those out real quick. At the very end here. Now keep in mind this is straight out of the camera, but here I can pull the exposure up a little bit. I love the color. They're just white. I love it. I love the color of the bark. I think these are gonna be pretty. It almost looks fake. This is just straight out of the camera. These are gonna be kind of fun. I like these. Bring the exposure up on this one. Yeah, I think these are gonna be fun. If I had like a light snow coming, because it almost even looks like there's snow on the ground. A little bit of snow on this one. Yeah, these are gonna be fun. Gotta find my spot. Where was I here? Okay, I'm gonna set my opacity to 50% with my white brush and just kind of paint some fog slash, I don't know, moisture in the air back here, just to kind of cover up those trees a little bit. So I've just got white selected. I'm just painting that, just kind of dabbing that around back there. Just those trees are a little ugly back there. And if it's snowing like that, you're not going to see that's pretty far off visibility. Hey Lisa, thanks for joining us. If you guys have any questions along the way, don't be afraid to ask. It's partly why I go live, so you guys get the opportunity to ask me some questions. All right, I'm gonna grab some gray and just kind of touch up in there a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna blend the foreground, that background in a little bit, and probably drop the opacity. Maybe not. It's fine. Although I think I'm going to go back to white, cover up some of that gray. I may have done a little bit too much. Oh yeah. I'm going to randomly remind you guys because I don't know, I can't see if people are on or not, but it is Cyber Monday, and I have 50% off. Oh no, I'm sorry, 80% off everything on my website. That promotion ends tonight, and people have been picking stuff up off of those, uh, taking advantage of that all day long. And I'm very happy to see that, not just for me, but for people that are taking advantage of that. I've been getting so much positive feedback from those. It's a steal, guys. You can pick up watch me edit videos for $10 or less. And my snow overlays, all the snow I'm using here, that's in there. You can pick that up for like $8. My sky overlays, you can pick those up for $8 right now. So yeah, go check that out. It's go to ccapturecreate.com or philiphomiserphotography.com. It's ccapturecreate, just SEE capturecreate.com, and just go to the store section of the website and check out the deals over there. And I will be adding to that, to my watch me edit videos throughout the winter months once my sessions slow down, because I've got a lot of requests for some of my edits that I just haven't gotten around to putting on there yet. Let's see here. So here's our before and our after. It's been fun converting these. I've been looking forward to trying some of this. I've done some of this stuff in the past. There's 1,000 different ways you can do it, and I'm trying to pick one that I like. I kind of like how this one's turned out. I like how I was able to turn it into an action. That way, it's a lot quicker. Because the way I was doing it before was taking like an hour per photo. It was ridiculous. So this has really sped the process up, and I like this one better. Thanks, Cole. I'm constantly learning. This is a great example. This session right here, y'all's session, has already taught me a lot about editing winter photos. There's never an end to learning, and anytime I learn new things, and I want to teach it. Once I kind of perfect it the way I feel like I'm confident enough to teach it, then I will make a video on it. I don't know if there's anybody local besides you, Cole, who is watching me right now, but I'm thinking about, I'm not sure when, but I may do some an actual workshop in this area sometime in the future. I haven't really put that out there yet. See how many people might be interested. It'd just be for local photographers. We would just kind of go over. I'm not really sure how I would do it yet. I would like to set it up where it can be a lot of there'd be like it'd be like a day-long thing, or at least several hours. And what we would do is I would have like a clash, like there would be an actual photo session with a model, and but that would be the last thing we'd do. Well, it wouldn't be the last thing we'd do. It'd be kind of in between. I would have like a pre workshop, and then the actual workshop where we'd actually go out and shoot, and then the editing process, all in one day. And so the I would just be like, I would kind of talk about my process and shooting, and just equipment and gear and composition and things like that. And then we would actually go out and implement those things, and then do an actual shoot with a model. And then afterwards, after everybody had a chance to get a few shots in, we'd go in and actually do some editing, and that would give the photographers a chance to ask a lot of questions, and I like the idea of that because it's all action based, and it is oh, what's the word I'm looking for? My brain just went blank. Experience, and it's actual experience, and that's at least from my experience, that's the best way to learn is actual experience. So when you go out and you actually do it, it's the best way to learn something. So yeah, that's something I would be interested in trying out eventually. Yeah, Cole, I don't. The way I'm doing this video live, I can't see if anybody is even on. The only way I know is if people are commenting. There's actually a thing where it shows how many people are on, but it always says zero. So either there's nobody on, or it's not working, and I predict it's not working. I assume it's not working because there's a lot of people commenting. Yeah, there could be an entire workshop just on Photoshop. That's pretty much what the Watch Me Edit videos are on my website. That's why I'm encouraging people to go pick those up. You can get them for like $10 right now. Typically they're like $40 or $50, but with 80% off, it's a steal right now. And I don't blur through them. I don't blast through them like I'm doing here. I have you guys are waiting for your photos, so I gotta get through here and get them done. But in the Watch Me Edit videos, I take my time and I explain everything I'm doing, and I have the hotkeys that I'm using actually pop up down here in the screen, so you can see what keys I'm pushing, and yeah, talk you through the whole process. I don't know what the weather is supposed to do. Apparently it's getting pretty cold outside because I've got my heater all the way up and it's at my feet, and I can hear my voice starting to quiver. I don't know if I'm getting cold. It does feel like it's getting a little cold in here. That has me a little scared about how cold it's getting outside. I don't know what my phone says. It says 60 degrees. That can't be right. Shannon County. Why does it say Shannon County? I'm in Texas County. Okay, 26 degrees, Summersville, and 27 in Mountain View. It's getting there. All right, select color range. Yeah, Cole, there's like an infinite amount of things you can do in Photoshop, and I feel like it's unfair when Photoshop's got a bad name because you always hear people, oh, well, it was photoshopped, or oh, you're not a real photographer because you use Photoshop or whatever. The thing is, you got to learn how to use it. It's not easy. There's a lot to learn in Photoshop. So it's like a lot like learning how to draw or paint. I'm literally, if I could turn my camera on, can I turn my camera on? Can I turn my camera on? How do I do that? I don't have. Wait, maybe. Wrong screen. There we go. So yeah, and then there you got the layers and the masks and all that fun stuff. It kind of seems easy the way I'm going through it, but you got to understand I've been doing this for years, and I've had a little bit of Photoshop experience before I was even doing photography, but it was nothing. I wasn't even using the layers and the masks. It was nothing on this level. I don't know why. The stump right here, you can probably barely see it. I've got this little stump. It's grabbing my attention. I don't know why. I can barely see it. I'm gonna make it go away. Oh, they did make it go away because actually I don't know why that didn't make it go away. It's because I've got a layer underneath it. If I turn that other layer off. Oh. Oh. Actually don't know why that's not did I paint that in somewhere? Oh, there it goes. Oh, I know why. One of my probably this channel mixer. I don't know why. One of those is causing it to show through, but that's okay. It's basically gone. I'm just about caught up to where I was yesterday. I wanted to start from scratch. No, because I want y'all's when I'm doing a session like this, I want the profile, the color profile to be similar throughout the entire session. And so that's one of the reasons I wanted to start. I didn't want to get like halfway through the session, all of a sudden the whole theme kind of changed. So yeah, you guys get multiple photos of the same the same photo, different edit. At least up to this point. Alright, is that it? Am I all caught up to where we were? Where did I stop at? Oh. Oh, no, I got one more. No, I got two more. That's right, I've got this one and the Christmas tree one. I had to do two of these, one horizontal and one vertical because it's such a great family photo. Trying to find a. There we go. Maybe. Trying to find the best color that would look like snow. Best selection. Ooh, that is not pure white. I don't know what happened here. Press D and reset my color. Try this again. There we go. You know what? Let me do that one more time. I'm going to set my opacity to 50%. I don't want to just blow out the whole image. And I'm just going to paint that off of you guys. I want you guys all blown out. Is there anybody still on? Is there anybody have any questions? Editing questions, photography questions, anything photography or editing? You can ask them. Actually, even if it's not photography related, if you have any questions, you can ask. guys don't ask any questions, it's gonna get real quiet in here real quick. As I start getting tired, my brain starts to shut down. I don't know what else to talk about. And I have no way of knowing if there's anybody still on or not. Actually, I guess there is. I could pull up my, could open up my phone and see on there if anybody's watching or not. I'll probably be cutting off at about 10 o'clock. I do have to go to work tomorrow. Alright, I really like this one. Excuse me. Let me pull up, see if there's anybody still watching on Facebook.
I was stuck in with my brother, so I had to get off.
Oh yeah?
The martial law hasn't started yet, but they are under it.
Oh goodness. Where are they at? They're not.
They are in her son.
Oh, they're in her
Him
son?
and his wife is. Natasha's not. Anya's not. We tried to Skype, but my phone wasn't working, and then I tried to just call him, and it wasn't going through, so. Like it hasn't started yet. But
Starts on the 28th, I believe, if I remember right. That's scary. He said how it's going to affect them or anything like that?
I asked him, he hasn't replied. I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's like 6:30 in the morning there, right now.
Wow.
Says the 27th today there, right? Yes. Is anybody watching you?
I don't know. Let's see. According to this thing, one person. Are you on?
No.
Might be Cole. Cole still watching? I gotta get off and send some of these to you. Whoops.
I guess I go back in the house.
Oh. I have two of those open. Oh, this is one. See, without the lights on there, you can't even see them. Hold on. Let me get this out of the way.
I'm cold. It's freezing cold outside.
I know. Okay, so you can't even tell the lights are on. So,
Aww.
what I can do is
It's kind of sad.
grab a nice yellow color.
Are you gonna just do one?
One? No, I'm going to do the lights themselves were yellow and blue. So I'm just going to do like every other one, yellow and blue.
Hmm.
And let's see, I'm going to... Oh, my keyboard.
Just a new keyboard. Is it sticking up again?
I don't think it's the keyboard, to be honest. Okay, let's see, which one did I use here? Relay, soft light. Probably screen. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. And just look for light bulbs. I'll blend them in later.
I'm gonna go to the house, make sure she doesn't wake up.
She back to sleep?
In our bed.
Was she awake when you went in, or was she just starting to wake up?
She was awake. Man, she's been a pill today. My God. Oh, I need to go to bed. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm going to be cutting off here in about 12 minutes. Oops. There we go. Now they show up.
That's kind of cool. Leave it. Why?
It's a little too obvious. Especially when I have the blue. I gotta damn it down. I have it like that right now, so I can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna blend them in later.
But it's the real lights.
Huh?
I mean, it's the real lights. I
It's
just
not. I'm painting them in.
Yeah, but they're
The real
just not
color of the
bright.
light?
Yeah, but they're just not bright enough.
They were too. Oh, here they are. Yeah, but this is look. This is way too obvious.
Yeah.
I want to blend it in so it looks actually more like light than just blue paint. Right.
I'm gonna have several packages coming in the next couple of days. Mailman's gonna hate me.
Well, that's his job, so. Those lights are kind of hard to see in the in those branches. They disappear in there. There we go. So, in order to make those actually blend in, I have to use a blending mode. Lighten, that looks pretty good. Lighten or screen or color dodge. Or really, any of these lighter ones. These down here aren't going to work. I think I like the.
Wow.
Oh wow!
2015.
Look at that pup. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with
Yeah, keep your mouth
light.
quiet.
There we go. Kind of like that. That actually sticks out a little bit more than the edit before. The other edit, you could barely see it.
Yeah.
I'm just
That's why I
afraid that
didn't
might
like
be a
it.
little too much. Do you think that's a little too much? I'm gonna drop the opacity a little bit. There we go. What do you think?
That's what your other ones were.
Huh?
That's what your other ones were.
What do you mean?
You can barely see them.
Well, it isn't like in the middle of the day.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm afraid if I make them too prominent, it's gonna look
Ask
too.
Cole what he wants.
I don't think he's on. I think he left. Unlike me, he's got a life. There's still 3 people on. He's like, I'm going to bed.
I'm excited to practice my photography skills with my new phone.
Oh yeah. Oops. Oh yeah. This is not something. There we go. That's starting to work. Yeah, I watched a thing on that today. It's pretty impressive. What you can do with it. Just don't put me out of the job. But they actually, one thing that impressed me about them is they actually increased the sensor size. So remember I told you about the reason the phones.
Makes me look fat.
No.
Yes, it does.
No, that has nothing to do with sensor size. No, the quality. Like if you blow it up, and this is the reason the phones will never take over like the DSLRs because the sensor and these are like that big, whereas in the phones it's a tiny thing. It's like that. Well, in the new phones they're like almost doubled the size, so that's impressive. It's getting close to probably like a micro 4/3 camera. tired.
Alright, I'm gonna go in.
I gotta send somebody a call. I think this is the. I think I'm caught back up to where I was yesterday.
Hold on.
Oh boy, kids are awake. Did I just save that? Yes, I did. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and send these. While I'm doing that, you guys are more than welcome to ask any questions. I know there's at least, well, maybe there isn't anybody watching. There was a few people watching, but if there's any of you left on there yet, if you guys have any questions, you just ask away. I gotta figure out which ones I've sent and which ones I haven't. I probably should have held off on those. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, that's hilarious. I just, Really? I already edited most of those photos. I just re-edited them again. Oh, that means I'm going to have a bunch of duplicates. Well, we don't want that. Yep. Sure enough. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me pull some of these up, see which ones I... That's hilarious. I can't believe I did that. Well, I definitely spent more time on these last few. Which ones were they? How many of these did I do like that? Okay, I see what it's ones. Okay. So I got that one, I've got this one. Excuse me. I've got this one. Delete those. I think that's it. I think I'm all caught up. That's hilarious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 3 others over here, apparently. Bear with me, guys. Gotta fix the mistakes before I send these out. Okay, okay, now I see what I did. Okay, I think I fixed it. I think I fixed everything. I can't believe I did that. Alright, Cole, if you're still on, I hope I don't send a bunch of duplicates, but we'll see what I can do here. Wow, I just did. I'll show you how tired I am. I just did an awful lot of extra work for nothing. Oh, man. Wow. Well, how did I do that, anyways? Now these are pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to add snow to these. I'm going to have to do something a little bit different. I was just inspired when I saw the way the wind was blowing here, and I could just imagine her being in there with the wind blowing her hair around. So I had to grab one of these. Let's see. I'm gonna crop in here. I like that. This might be cool with snow. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Okay. Focus is good. Make sure that scent any of those. The wind was ridiculous. We were kind of on this hillside and it was just open aside from the trees, and the wind was blowing so hard it could just about knock you over. Okay. So out of curiosity, ooh, it's kind of interesting. Not quite sure if that's what I want to do here. I am thinking about seeing about maybe getting rid of this row of trees here though. See if that's going to be a possibility without looking weird. Yeah, good job, Photoshop. I think I'll try this one on my own. It's a little bit better. It's not too bad. See a little bit of repeating patterns, gotta watch out for. Get rid of this. Trade one repeating pattern for another. This appears kind of noticeable. There we go. All right. Marlene, are you watching? See, you just picked up the Dancing in the Breeze Watch Me video. It's actually about to delete that one. Not that it wasn't any good, just that no, I think you're the first one who's picked that one up. Let me know how you like it. I really like that photo. Some of those older videos I'm actually I have on a list to redo. Alright, I feel like I'm just talking and not editing. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with this photo. Let's see, if I just I don't think I'm gonna add snow to these. This was just, I saw it as we were shooting. I thought that would make an epic photo with her in there with the wind and everything. But I wasn't quite sure it was gonna be a I didn't think it would make a very good snow photo. I might try it though. Whoops. I have to add this. I've got these weird workarounds that I have to do for my actions because my actions are all messed up. But whatever works. Okay, so I've got all this in there. I'm gonna group that all together. Just call it like my first edit. Never done anything like this before. I'm gonna just have that in there. And I am going to go ahead and try one of these snow edits. Just out of curiosity. See how that's gonna turn out. I predict it will be kind of weird. Oh. Close that. But this is how I learn, by the way. You guys are getting a little treat here. This is my fumbling around and trying things. This is how I've got where I am. It's just experimenting, trying things. You see something, and you're like, hey, let me try that. And you try it, and if it didn't work, it didn't work, and you're like, okay, well, I know not to do that now. Like, this isn't working. I'll go ahead and drop some snow in here. Before I do that, I do want to paint some in here. Whoa, not with that. That's not white. Oh, I'm just gonna drop the opacity a little bit here. And just kind of just tap it along in there. Yeah, I'm not liking where this is going. It's not quite what I had in mind. I like this one without the snow. Hey, let's put some snow in here and see what it looks like. This might change everything. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool, but not quite what I had in mind. We'll ditch that one. Oh, you know what? I have this one on over top of it. I don't know why. I don't know. It's kind of cool, but she blends in too much. It's not really what I had in mind for this photo. I did notice there's some more trees back here that I didn't notice before. Let me stick with this one. Cole, I don't think you're watching anymore. This one might throw you through a loop when I put this one in. I don't know if you remember me taking this one or not. Okay, since I'm ahead of where I was, I can now go back to using my actions for saving. That'll speed things up a little bit. My saving actions. Every single one of these is great. I can't do every single one of them as much as I want to. These are all so great. I thought I had her look over her shoulder at one point. Maybe not. Oh, I like that one. I love these. The chat is ready to display messages. That's what it says. I'm assuming that means there's like nobody on. Restream's talking to me now. think is it 10 o'clock yet? Pretty close. I'll probably wrap things up here in a bit. These photos here, these just go and go and go and go. I just couldn't stop taking photos here. These are all so great. These are simple photos to edit, by the way. There's photos like this are just great straight out of the camera. It doesn't always have to be a crazy, complicated edit. Hey, what gear do I use? My camera, I have two cameras that I primarily use. They're both Sony A7s. One's a Sony A7 Mark II. That's my backup camera. My old camera. My new one is my Sony A7 Mark III. And my primary lens right now is a Sigma 135mm 1.8 art lens. That's my newest lens. I just picked that up and I've pretty much been using that for everything. It's awesome. Other lenses I have, my favorite lens still is my Nikkor 200mm 2.0, but it's an old manual focus lens. It's about 40 years old. I've kind of slightly retired it simply because the Sigma, it's the autofocus lens, is so much easier and quicker to use, but it doesn't quite beat the bokeh and the just depth of field that you can get out of the 200 2.0. So I still pull that thing out when I have time, when I want to play with it. But doing my sessions, I use my Sigma 135mm 1.8 art lens. It's really fast, super fast. And if I'm in tight places, if I'm inside, I still use my old Pentax 50mm 1.7 lens with an adapter, or my Rokinon 35mm 1.4 lens. I also still have my Rokinon 85mm 1.4, which is, I love that lens. I just haven't used it in a while. I really have no need to. Now I've got the 200 and the 135. They just pretty much took over my 85. But if I'm in a tighter spot that I can't quite fit with my 200 or 135, I'll pull out the 85. I hope that helps. I appreciate the question. I need more questions. I need more questions to answer. And I don't use any flash. I vaguely ever use flash. Unless I'm indoors and it's literally, there's no light whatsoever, I just won't use it. Which I don't shoot indoors that much unless it's like a wedding. If I'm outside, it's all natural light. Unless it's like dark, if it's nighttime, depends on what I'm doing. I have experimented a little bit with using a flash for back illuminating, like rim light. I don't know if you saw my photo, the Batman versus Superman. I set the flash behind them to create a rim light, and it actually bled through and created this pretty cool effect. So it's fun to experiment with stuff like that. You're welcome. Again, guys, before I cut off one more time, my Cyber Monday promotion will be ending tonight, probably at midnight. It's 80% off everything on the website. So if you want to see some of my my edits from start to finish, the Watch Me Edit videos are great for that. And it's not like this. It's not like me, going through this super fast and not explaining what I'm doing. In those videos, I'm a lot more thorough about explaining everything I'm doing, and I show you all my hotkeys and everything that I'm using. I don't use any of the actions during my Watch Me Edit videos. I create everything from scratch. With 80% off, you can pick up most of the Watch Me Edit videos. Actually, all of them for like $10 or less. So you can't hardly beat that. They're typically between $30 to $50, I believe. You can pick up my All Things Manual course for $20 right now. It's usually $100. Hey, I'm curious about something real quick. On this one, the lighting's a little bit different. I wonder, oh, wrong button. I wonder how this would look with my snow. Hey, that's kind of cool. I do kind of like that. I might do one like this. Not this one, because I already did this one. But I might grab one of these. Maybe. I might come back to this one. Oh, so many of these. So good. The one bad thing was the wind was so crazy. Couldn't keep their hair out of her face. It's just blowing everywhere. Now the lighting got kind of neat here. The sun came out behind the clouds. We got some pretty nice lighting here. Look at that. Look at that. If I would have shot this with my A7 Mark II, this would have probably not been usable at all. It doesn't do very good in this kind of lighting. But with the A7 Mark III, you have a lot of detail in there yet. This is a usable photo. I can save this. I really like these. Ah, these colors. Focus on this one's really good. I think the focus is off on this one. Maybe not. It's not. It's good. Pretty good. I'll have to clump off some of this hair right here. I think it's getting kind of crazy. I think I'll do this one. But I'm gonna have to pick up here in the morning. It's getting late. I gotta go to bed. Yeah, I've got a lot of these. Love these. Look at this. All right. I'm gonna make sure my photos sent to my clients. Awesome, they did. All right, guys. I'm gonna head and shut this off and head off to bed. How long have we been recording now? Wow, an hour and 15 minutes. And you can tell in my voice, I'm about to just crash. I'm tired when I start these. So I might go live again in the morning. I don't know. If I do, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, Central Standard Time. So if you guys want to join me, 4 o'clock in the morning, you're welcome to do so. It'd probably be more like 4:15, 4:30, because I'll probably have to get the fire going or something. But yeah, and I'm not 100% sure I'll get on. So if you get up, there's a good chance I might not be going live. We'll just see. No, I'm just blabbering. I'm going to go ahead and go. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time.